We have like quiet quitting like pop up and I go like quiet quitting.
Yeah. Editing note. Quiet quitting.
This viral social phenomenon is being talked about everywhere right now.
The term was really coined on TikTok, and so far the videos using quiet quitting have amassed over 300 million video views.
Today we're breaking down exactly what quiet quitting means, and we're going to take you through a few benefits of the definition we're choosing to believe in.
Yeah, we did a lot of research and now I feel like I'm kind of converted. I'm like, quiet quitting. Yeah.
Interestingly, when we were researching this video, we found a Gallop survey result that more than or up to 50% of US workers are actually quiet quitting. I thought the number would be lower. I thought more people would be like actively engaged and happy in their jobs, but no, the reality is no.
There's a lot of unhappy people. Most people really define quiet quitting as doing the bare minimum of your job description. So basically just doing enough to get by, to take home your paycheck, and never really going above and beyond.
For us, we really feel like it's a little bit of a spectrum situation. I don't think you're like 100% a quiet quitter that's not engaging in your job. I do think like it's a spectrum from being really overly actively engaged in your job and doing a lot of overtime to a actively unengaged, maybe looking for other jobs and getting ready to quit. So there's a lot of in between, and I feel like quiet quitting's kind of like in this area.
We really see quiet quitting though as simply introducing more boundaries so that you can have a more balanced life, both in your career, in your business, and in your personal life.
It's not about giving up on your job and being a bad employee. It's about having more time for personal hobbies, spending time with your family, time to recharge and actually be more productive at work. Or maybe time to have a side hustle like YouTube.
Hey! P.S. If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel or a blog, some kind of side hustle, definitely check out this video. We're going to link it above and also in the description box. And it's all about blogging versus YouTube versus TikTok, the pros and cons, and our recommendation after 10 years on the internet.
10 years.
I can't say that part without laughing. 10 years.
So we're going to take you through 5 benefits today of taking a more quiet quitting approach to your work. What's number 1, Ellen?
Number 1 is all about discipline and setting proper work hours and proper time off from working. To me, this benefit is really around burnout prevention and maybe burnout recovery if you're in that boat at the moment. In my business, I really implemented a lot of boundaries around work hours this year, and I'm really seeing a difference in not just my work and sort of my energy levels there, but also my mental health. A few things that I do is not sleeping with my phone in the room because I'm notorious for being at like 11 o'clock at night. Ooh, I need to do this tomorrow, or let me quickly look up that idea or check that email again. A few things I've done on my phone as well is removing email notifications and also my email widget. I used to just do a sneaky swipe and I had a widget that had my emails open and the most recent 3 emails. And it was just too easy to be at 9 p.m. at night, like swipe anything in there, anything to look at. And particularly because we live in New Zealand and I work with international clients, I get emails at a lot of weird times. So I need to introduce those healthy boundaries.
I think having your work apps on your phone is definitely an easy way to be working out of hours. My work works mostly using Microsoft Teams, and there is an app on your phone which I have logged into work, which is great when you're like moving around or you're out and about during your work day, because often I'll spend time in stores. But when you're at home at night, it's annoying to hear it binging, and I get really triggered by that notification sound. I just have to like reply.
I have like PTSD from the Teams notification.
Yeah. So I have it set to I get no notifications after 5 p.m. in the evening or before 7 a.m. in the morning. And it's really just helped me stop reacting to a lot of those notifications. I also turned off my emails like Ellen so that it doesn't pop up on my screen. And there is the occasional time that I must admit I do like scroll and go in, even though I know I'm not meant to be in there. But that's where I guess the discipline around it comes in. It definitely takes practice to stop yourself working.
And don't just do it for a week, like actually commit to doing it for like 30 days, really challenge yourself and try create that habit.
So number 2, which is maybe more for the people out there that aren't self-employed, but also I reckon your self-employed people should be doing, it's actually taking your annual leave and taking sick leave. It's so important for coming back from leave feeling refreshed, and if you're sick, actually recovering. I love annual leave for recharging my creative batteries because I'm in a creative job. I feel like you're constantly on all the time being creative, and sometimes a break is exactly what you need to come back and be like ready to work. This doesn't always have to be for a fancy like international holiday. I've actually taken periods of leave where I just want to catch up on chores. I just want to lie on the couch and do some sewing and chill out.
Binge watch some Netflix.
Watch some Netflix.
That's a really bad habit people get into. They want to save all of their annual leave for that big holiday, and then some people don't take the holiday. I know people I worked with in my previous job had annual leave built up over like a 20-year period. But you don't want to be that person. You want to be giving yourself time off. Likewise with sick leave, stop like saving your sick leave in case you have some dramatic accident. Like, it's actually okay to use a day or two when you're really, burnt out or under the weather.
Yeah, if you need it, take it.
Our third tip we really want to share is saying no more. And the benefit of this is you're really going to help yourself with, again, those boundaries, but also from overcommitting. If you say yes to everything, you're going to run out of time to really spend on the projects that are most important to you. Maybe the quality is going to start to slip, because realistically there's only so many hours in the day and there's only so much we can do. I really started doing this recently with client work. I always felt with my business I had to say yes to every client or customer that came along because I was worried there wouldn't be a next one. And I'd end up working with businesses who weren't really aligned with me. I'd end up working with businesses that I had no interest or passion in their products or their service. And not every client is actually for you. That's totally normal. And saying no has been a game changer. It's still good to challenge yourself, help out team members, take on extra projects if there's an opportunity for you to see some career growth or business growth. But it's about having that healthy balance again.
As a bit of a people pleaser myself, this is something that's been a real challenge for me personally, but there are a lot of good books out there, and I did have a couple of recommendations if you also need some help on this topic. I'm not gonna say the full word in the title because I don't want to get flagged by YouTube, but the first one is F No by Sarah Knight. This one really helps you just say no, not necessarily swearing at people, but
in a polite way.
In a polite way. But also maybe it doesn't need to be a polite way. Sometimes we are too polite.
Ooh.
The other one as well I really like by Mark Manson is The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F.
There's a common theme with the titles. Or if it's got a B in it, like my book does, you can order this on Amazon down below. Slight plug. I totally just stole Tara's segment there to promote my own book.
Does it help us say no, your book?
It does. It talks about boundaries.
Okay, is it helpful?
It talks about everything you need to know in stepping into a role of leadership in both your business career and personal life. Encouraging more female leaders, more CEOs, that's what we want to see. Tip number 4 is all about asking for extensions if you are feeling under the pump at work and you can't quite get everything done. And the benefit of this again is really creating those healthy boundaries, giving yourself an extension so you then have time to go to sleep on time and take those breaks. You're not working 24 hours a day, which I think a lot of people fall into the trap. Instead of just asking for an extra day to do the project, they'll pull an all-nighter.
I guess the main point here is sometimes these things can actually wait. It might not be a hard deadline where you're presenting the next day. It might just be that you're meeting up with someone and that could be pushed out another day. And I'm not saying to fall into like a perfectionist tendency trap type of thing where you're like pushing out, trying to perfect something. It's just having that balance of not overworking to hit a deadline that may not be business critical to have it done the next day.
My bad thing that I do is I have these like self-imposed deadlines. So I'll say to a client, I'm going to get you to this to you by Friday. And then I'll be like, I have to have it done by Thursday. And I'm like, why, Ellen? It's not a critical job. It doesn't matter if someone's Instagram post goes up, 2 days later.
For those that don't know, I'm a clothing designer for a company here in New Zealand, and something our wider team likes to say as an apparel team is that we're not doctors. We're not out here saving lives. It's not critical that we do that thing right at that moment. There's certainly things that we want to get done and we will get done by a certain time, but it's not like there's someone coming into the emergency room and we have to deal with this right now.
Yeah, if you're a doctor watching this, maybe disregard this video.
Okay, we're up to number 5. And what I'm gonna say is you have permission to care less. I'm talking to myself and everyone watching. This is going to create a sense of inner peace and a sense of brain space, I guess, and ability to switch off. So being able to care less, I think, is a really good thing and a really key part of this quiet quitting phenomenon.
I really think that's a core principle of quiet quitting. It's just caring less, right? It's so hard though. It's so easy to sit here in a video and just care less, guys. And then in reality.
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, it's kind of ironic that it's us making this video because I do feel like it's a little bit opposite to our personalities. We're a little bit like nerdy and intense and care a lot about
We're also
work
very
and other
dedicated
people.
to like our job description. Like I would never want to feel like I'm not fulfilling what I'm meant to be doing, you know?
And I think we're also very driven and like goal focused as well. We like to improve. Caring less doesn't mean you don't care at all.
Exactly.
It's just a balance and creating a point to which you can be like, actually, this doesn't matter. I'm not going to put my energy into worrying about something or getting really invested in something. Then actually, you don't have to care that much.
Because when you do that, that's when you have those unhealthy boundaries. That's when you get burnt out. And no one wants to live like that. For us, while we were researching this concept, initially we didn't think we were going to enjoy it. We just thought it was this cool trend we were going to hop on, to be honest. And then when we started researching it more, we really felt like we related to it and we learned a lot of things about implementing more boundaries. So we hope you guys also enjoyed this video and picked up some tips, whether you run your own business, whether you are climbing the career ladder, and make sure you're subscribed to our channel for more videos.
We make videos twice a week about fashion, business, careers, that kind of business.
For all of our fellow millennial women and Gen Zers. I'm almost a Gen Zer. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.